Okay, example number 9, estimating a population mean. And again, if you've had a chance to read the question, which I hope you do, we're talking about finding a confidence interval for a mean. Confidence interval. So again, we're back to that sort of question. We're not doing a sample size. It says find a confidence interval for the mean. So my hope would be you go back to Mr. Salad Bowl flowchart here, confidence interval for a mean, and as we know, the key question is to find out whether the standard deviation represents a population or whether it came from a sample. So, you know, I'm going to be snotty again. That's reading. Here's the word standard deviation right here. Let's read that sentence. The standard deviation of the population. Population. Many of these, I like to think, are pretty obvious. I would put this one in that category. Standard deviation of a population. So, I should have something to drink when I yell like that. Standard deviations for a population. Did they tell us that that population is normally distributed? That's the next thing to read. Read the question. Tell me, would you please, if it ever says that that population is normally distributed. Still reading? Okay. Does it say that the population is normally distributed? No, it doesn't. No, I agree with you. I don't see those words in there. No. How many people did they survey? How big was their sample? Is it more than 30? 58 city residents, that's more than 30. What happened here? They said that the standard deviation was for the population. They did not say it's normally distributed, but they did sample more than 30. Boom, there's your formula. I'm not sure what else we can do there. Like I said, these formulas are on 2 different sections in our book. And when we were reliant solely on the book, this discussion was on 1 page, this discussion was on several pages later in the book. It was hard for people to connect them. I don't know. Nobody's perfect. I think this makes sense. Let's put it all into one place. All right. So now it's time to come back and stick the numbers in. Let's see, the X bar would be the mean of the sample. The mean time they lived at their present address was 9.3 years. I always save this for last. Let's see, the sigma would be that standard deviation of the population. That's the symbol for the standard deviation of a population. Doesn't it make sense that if the standard deviation came from a population, the formula would have the symbol for the standard deviation of a population? N would be the fact they surveyed 58 people. And then as we've been discussing many times, that z-score would be related to the level of confidence that's mentioned in the question. For whatever reason, this particular researcher wants 86% confidence. All right, so we put half of that on either side, 86 over 2, all right? Cut it in half. We want the middle 86% of the bell curve, so put half of that on either side. And that would be 43% on the low side, 4,300. The zeros are unnecessary mathematically, but you know, I hope you would agree it makes sense to put them there because the probabilities, the percentages that live in the body of this table are 4 decimal places. Hey table, I got 2 middle slivers here, 47%. Table love, yes, 4,300. So, you know, basically the relevant thing is 4,300. I'll put on the board what I see here. Looks like 4,300 in the body of this table is surrounded by 4292 and 4306. 4292 and 4306. And in a case like this, as we know, you go to the one that it's closer to, if indeed it's closer, and it is on this one. This is a difference of 8, this is a difference of only 6, this is closer, and 4306 lines up with 1.48. So we're looking at positive 1.48 as well as negative 1.48. And plus and minus, they're both, as I keep saying, baked into it. All right, we're far enough into this. Crunch all that out. That'll be your margin of error. And then you'll subtract it to get the lower end of your estimate, and you'll add it to get the upper end. And that's all arithmetic from there. And so, again, you have the answers in front of you, and you would hopefully report your final answer as being the fact that an 86% confidence interval is from 891 to 969. 8.91 to 9.69. That's on the printout you have. It's on the screen. Hit pause. I don't know. I think we're done with it. Okay. Sorry. I miss you guys. Is it obvious? Okay.